हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल। तो कल हम लोग ने देखा इन्फ्लेशन इंडेक्स बॉन्ड्स क्या होते हैं। तो आज हम लोग पढ़ेंगे फाइनेंशियल सेक्टर असेसमेंट प्रोग्राम। द IMF board decided in September 2010 to include 25 systematically important economies, including India also, under the financial stability assessment program for members with systematically important financial sectors. The joint IMF and World Bank Financial Stability Assessment Program was conducted for India in January 2013, which assessed Indian financial system in relation to the highest international standards, and the assessment recognizes that the Indian financial system remained largely stable on account of a sound regulatory and supervisory regime. However, the assessment identifies same gaps in the following: international and domestic supervisory information sharing and cooperation, consolidated supervision of financial conglomerates, some limits on the de jure independence of the regulators RBI and RDI. Despite having reservations on the few issues, overall the Indian authorities expect the FSAP exercise to play a significant role in shaping India's post-crisis initiative to strengthen the regulatory and supervisory architecture based on the evolving international consensus, as well as careful examination of their relevance in the India-specific context. As a member of FSB, BCBS, and IMF, India is actively participating in post-crisis reform of the international regulatory and supervisory framework. Under the aegis of G20, India remains committed to adoption of international standards and best practices in a phased manner and calibrated to local conditions wherever necessary, as it is in a country characterized by complex and diverse socio-political and economic conditions. Financial Action Task Force. The Financial Action Task Force is an intergovernmental policy-making body that has a ministerial mandate to establish international standards for combating money laundering and terrorist financing. India joined the FATF as its 34th member in June 2010. At present, FATF has 40 members comprising 38 countries and two organizations, European Union and GCC. Real estate and infrastructure. Real estate and infrastructure investment trust. The SEBI formed up regulations that will govern REITs and real estate infrastructure investment trust. The long pending proposal of 2008, the trust have the objective of enabling the cash strapped real estate and infrastructure developers to easy access to funds. They create a new investment avenue for institutions and high net worth individuals and eventually ordinary investors. The Real Estate Investment Trust. Major provisions announced by the SEBI for the Real Estate Investment Trust are given below. To be close-ended real estate investment schemes that will invest in property with the aim of providing returns to unit holders. The returns will be derived mainly from rental income or capital gains from real estate. Allowed to invest in commercial real estate assets either directly or through special purpose vehicles. In SPVs, an REIT must have a controlling interest of at least 50% of the share capital and will have to hold at least 80% of their asset directly in the properties. To raise funds only through an initial offering and units of REITs have to be mandatorily listed on a stock exchange, similar to IPOs and listing for equity shares, required to have asset worth at least 500 crore at the time of an initial offer, and the minimum issue size has to be 250 crores, and the minimum subscription size for units of a REIT and offer will be 2 lakhs. At least 25% of the unit have to be offered to public. Will be able to raise money through follow on offers, right issues, or qualified institutional placement, and taking lot of such units will be 1 lakhs. According to the norms, although the REIT may raise funds from any type of investors, resident or foreign initially only wealthy individuals and institutions will be allowed to subscribe the REIT unit offers. The market regulator said an REIT may have up to 3 sponsors, with each holding at least 5% and collectively holding at least 25% for a period of at least 3 years from the date of listing. Subsequently, the sponsors' combined holding has to be at least 15% throughout the life of the REIT. Similar to the practice in the US, Australia, Singapore, and other nations where REIT are common, and SEBI has decided allow these trusts to invest primarily in completed revenue generating properties. To ensure that REITs generate continuous returns, the SEBI proposed at least 80% of the REIT's asset has to be invested in completed and revenue generating properties, and only up to 20% of asset can be invested in properties that are being developed. Mortgage backed securities, debt of companies in the real estate sector, equity shares of listed companies that derive at least 75% of their income from real estate, government, and securities, or may market instrument. No REIT can invest more than 10% in properties that are under construction. Infrastructure Investment Trust. The SEBI also announced the launch of infrastructure investment trusts, which are somewhat similar to REITs. However, an initial offer will not be mandatory for an infrastructure investment trust. Through listing will be mandatory for both publicly and privately placed infrastructure investment trusts. And these are the major provisions. Recent development to promote real estate and infrastructure trust friend, friendlier tax regime was put in place by Government of India through successive by February 2025. However, the idea of the trust could not get much till 2020. Basically, due to subdued market condition in the sectors attracting investors, new greenfield project or trust has remained difficult by now. Majority of existing projects in the sectors are running into losses with weak balance sheets of their developers, unable to even service their bank loans. To push cause of trust in 2019-20, the security market regulator SEBI permitted the FPI in the trust. How much interest the FPI will show in the trust will be known only in future. Meanwhile, experts believe that real momentum in the sectors can be only expected once the economy comes out of the period of economic slowdown. And this is done for the today, and we will meet again for the next chapter. Till then, thank you so much. Keep watching my videos.